From getting booted out from a record label to launching his own, from being hailed as one of the most influential artists of his time to facing serious allegations, including the shocking downfall of certain stars, and ultimately landing in hot water with an arrest.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested by federal agents.
P. Diddy's career has been a roller coaster ride of wild highs and devastating lows. So when did this dramatic decline begin? Join us as we dive into all the juicy details. Here we go, get ready for the rise and fall of P. Diddy. There are so many things coming to light at this time, old and new, and we're gonna go through a lot of them in this tape. For example, old videos with Justin Bieber that are super strange to watch now, times that Diddy has given us hints to his antics. Let's dive in. Sean Diddy Combs began his career in the 90s as an intern for Uptown Records after dropping out of Howard University.
Unforgivable, I'ma push your limits to the test. Your pulsating, your heart is beating out of your chest.
He worked his way up to become a talent director at the label and went on to develop artists Joe Desi and Mary J. Blige. After he was fired from the label in 1993, he decided to venture out to create his own label, Bad Boy Records. Under his leadership, he catapulted his own musical career in addition to several other big names including Faith Evans, Machine Gun Kelly, Notorious B.I.G., and more. Though Diddy has made a name for himself as a savvy businessman, his journey hasn't been without its fair share of mess, including legal troubles, mistreatment allegations, and more.
Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in New York City.
While he was at Uptown Records, he co-headlined a charity concert with Heavy D at City College of New York. Unfortunately, the event was oversold, resulting in a crazy stampede that claimed 9 lives. Remarkably, no charges were ever filed in connection with this incident. Following his departure from Uptown, Diddy entered a joint venture deal with Arista Records to create Bad Boy Records. His first major client was Notorious B.I.G., who he brought over from Uptown.
That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass.
That same year Diddy founded his label, he also welcomed his first child, son Justin, with ex Misa Hilton. 1 year after this, Diddy began dating Kim Porter and adopted her son Quincy from a previous relationship. Under the stage name Puff Daddy, Diddy dropped his debut single Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, which became his first #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100. Following the track's success, he released his debut album No Way Out. The album included several of Diddy's most successful songs such as It's All About the Benjamins, Been Around the World, Victory, and I'll Be Missing You, which was a tribute to Notorious B.I.G., whose life was taken earlier that year. Diddy got his first Grammy win when he took home trophies for Best Rap Album and Best Rap Performance by a duo or group for I'll Be Missing You. The same year, he also started his Sean John clothing line and welcomed son Christian, who goes by the stage name King Combs, with Kim Porter. In 1999, Diddy was charged with the mess that happened with Interscope Records executive Steve Stout, who managed Nas. The pair got into a disagreement over Nas's music video for his song Hate Me Now, which Diddy was featured on, and Diddy mistreated Steve. Steve sued Diddy and received a $500,000 out-of-court settlement. Diddy also pled guilty and was sentenced to spend 1 day in an anger management class. That same year, Diddy also began a brief romance with Jennifer Lopez. While the couple was out of the club in New York City, bang-bangs broke out after Diddy got into an argument with another dude at the venue. Diddy was charged with 4 bang-bang charges and was trying to persuade his driver with money, Wardell Fenderson, to claim ownership of his bang-bang. The case went to trial and Diddy was found not guilty on all charges. Diddy decided to change his name from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy. He also ended Bad Boy's distribution deal with Arista Records. Diddy was also charged with driving with a suspended license in Florida. He was released moments later after he signed a promise to return for a court appearance. Following the success of I'll Be Missing You, Sting sued Diddy for royalties after the rapper used the Police's Every Breath You Take as a sample without permission. Sting won the case and received 100% of the song's royalties, with payments reportedly going until 2053. In 2005, 4 years after his first name change, Diddy announced that he was no longer going to be going by P. Diddy and would be known as Diddy from then on. Kim Porter and Diddy expanded their family with twins Delilah and Jesse. 5 months after Kim gave birth, Diddy fathered daughter Chance with ex Sarah Chapman. He took legal responsibility for his daughter the following year. Porter and Diddy called it quits shortly after that. In 2007, following his breakup from Kim Porter, Diddy began dating Cassie, real name Cassandra Ventura, who was signed to his record label. In 2015, Diddy was arrested after an incident with his son's football coach at UCLA. The charges were later dropped due to lack of evidence. In 2017, Diddy announced that he would now be going by the name Love. This name didn't catch on at all with fans, and when he realized that, he said he was just joking. In 2018, Kim Porter died of pneumonia at the age of 47. Despite being broken up, the pair were apparently on good terms. Diddy delivered a eulogy at her funeral saying, "She was my friend first, she was my confidant, she was like my guidance, still is. I was just open, we fell in love, and honestly, her love was too much for me to handle. It was a lot to handle, to take in." Now, just to dive into the rumors, a lot of people are saying that Diddy had Kim taken out because she was about to release a tell-all about Diddy that he did not want getting out. A few weeks before she passed away, a political figure's wife reportedly saw her and didn't seem to view Diddy in a favorable light. She had major concerns. So it's not a stretch to think that Diddy might have had some involvement. That same year, Diddy and Cassie called it quits after 11 years of dating. Cassie went through so much at a young age during her relationship with Diddy. Another wild fact about Diddy that is getting brought to light again would be that when they were dating, Kid Cudi was interested in Cassie and he let it be known. Diddy got word of this and it wasn't pretty. In Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy, she stated that Diddy kept talking about blowing up Kid Cudi's car, and shortly after that, his car allegedly exploded in the driveway of his residence, and this took place in 2012. Diddy wanted to send a message to Kid Cudi, and he told Cassie that he wanted to make sure he was home with his friends when it happened. When Kid Cudi was asked about this, he responded with, "It's true." The following year, Diddy dressed up as a Joker who has an iconic clip blowing up a building and walking away. A lot of people think that Diddy was throwing hints at us that he was in fact the person that blew up Kid Cudi's car, and he likened himself to the Joker. Because Diddy felt so untouchable, he was casually laughing in our faces and doing things in public to make fun of the fact that he was getting away with all this stuff. His interview with Conan O'Brien was Diddy throwing huge hints at us about what he was really doing in his day-to-day life. An old video of Diddy giving Conan O'Brien advice on how to lock women up at parties surfaced again, and it's not looking good. When Diddy and the host of The Late Night with Conan O'Brien got together in 2002, they discussed Diddy's extravagant parties in detail. First to bring up the subject was Conan, who joked that he plays alt Paul Anka at gatherings and cracks out the cheese whiz, but nobody ever stops by. Confidently speaking, Diddy told Conan he was doing everything wrong before supplying a list of party necessities. In his opening remarks, Diddy stressed the significance of ensnaring beautiful women and beautiful men for the ladies. Diddy added that you should have water and drinks because many women drink water at parties and they will leave if you don't have it. Then the real deal arrived. Diddy claimed that having locks on the doors was necessary to keep women at his parties. The instant response from Conan was, "Okay, this is starting to not sound good now." Diddy answered excitedly saying, "It's a little weird." Diddy then talked about keeping his parties hot and causing a sweat. Another time that Diddy blatantly threw in our face what he was doing was when him and Justin Bieber were seen in a video together when Justin was just 15 years old. Many people are uneasy after seeing the video, which shows Diddy with a very young Justin Bieber. In the video, Diddy is heard stating that Justin Bieber and his friends were having a time of their lives and that Bieber was having 48 hours with Diddy. In the video, Diddy continues, "Where we hang out and what we do and we can't really discuss, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream." After watching this video with the recent allegations that came out, it definitely turned my stomach. Poor Justin has dropped hints about things that have happened to him, such as an interview where he said he wants to protect Billie Eilish from experiencing anything that he had to experience. In 2022, Diddy welcomed daughter Love with Dana Tran, making him a father of 7. In November 2023, Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy, accusing her ex of many different things. Diddy denied everything and swore by his innocence. Shortly after the filing, the pair reached a settlement. Following the allegations, Diddy stepped down as the chairman of his music television network, Revolt. Diddy's home in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by the Department of Homeland Security in connection with a federal investigation in 2024. During the LA raid, his sons Justin and King were reportedly detained at the scene, according to TMZ. In May 2024, CNN released 2016 security footage of Diddy mistreating Cassie in such a way that people can't seem to get past. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend do not watch it. It's not for the faint of heart. He couldn't talk his way out of it when the video proof came out. He then tried to apologize the next day via video, but people were soon wising up to the fact that he wasn't innocent at all. 1 week later, Diddy was accused by model Kristen McKinney in a new lawsuit. According to documents obtained by TMZ, the model alleged after meeting in 2003, Diddy did some things that were just unacceptable. On September 16, 2024, Diddy was arrested in New York City and taken into custody. 1 day later, the music mogul was caught on charges. Diddy's attorney told US Weekly in a statement after the arrest, "He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative to this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court.
And we're gonna do it every year with another charity. So thank y'all very much for coming. So let's party.
P. Diddy is a weird fella for his parties. I mean, on one hand you have all the oil, and on the other hand, well, let's not even get into what's in his other hand. This is what celebrities have said about P. Diddy and his parties.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying, at whatever point, it's even like, it's not heavy.
Ashton Kutcher revealed during a 2019 interview on Hot Ones that their really bizarre relationship started when Diddy told the former Punk'd host that he couldn't play practical jokes on him. Kutcher refused to respond when asked what his favorite Diddy party story was. "I've got a lot I can't tell," the actor quipped before a long pause. "Can't tell that one either," he said with a laugh. "I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was some weird memory lane thing."
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
A year earlier, at a joint appearance on The Late Late Show, Kutcher shared additional details about his friendship with the producer, with whom he had grown close before meeting Mila Kunis, his current wife. "We were spending a lot of time together," Kutcher, seated next to Diddy, told the host, James Corden. "If you are a single man, there is probably no greater human being in the world to hang out with." The actor continued, adding, "By the way, this was 20 years ago, so we were having a lot of fun together."
I don't want to tell you, everybody's on the table. He's like, "Not me, I'm off the table." And so that started our conversation.
In 2009, the Pals co-hosted Diddy's yearly white party to promote Malaria No More. However, there is no proof that Kutcher participated in any of Diddy's purportedly unlawful endeavors. Khloe Kardashian. During an ironically titled 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe Kardashian alluded to Diddy's parties. In the clip, Khloe Kardashian told her sister, Kourtney Kardashian, that she spent the weekend with a bunch of her friends, including Diddy, Quincy Combs, Justin Bieber, and French Montana.
Diddy, Quincy, do you even know half the people you're naming?
While bowling with her older sister and friend Khadija Hack, who was also present at the party. Khloe revealed further details about the crazy weekend at another point in the episode. "I haven't been to bed yet. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m., Khloe shared. "Well, this party, I think half the people weren't fully clothed," she added. Nevertheless, Khloe told Hack to stop talking when Kourtney pressed her for more information regarding the celebration. Jenny Mollen. A week after Diddy's arrest, actress Jenny Mollen revealed she was invited to one of Diddy's freak-offs when she was just 19. "I was in San Diego and this guy came over and he's like, 'My boss wants to meet you.'" Mollen recalled on her Instagram, noting that she was not giving good vibes in jeans and a t-shirt. Eventually, Mollen approached Diddy, joking that she had the littlest hands he has ever felt. The actress stated that she turned down Diddy's invitation to a party in his room. She said, "Guys, would I have been in a freak-off?" before erupting into laughter. "Would I have been captured in his room, and would there be footage of me to this day in sort of a crazy freak-off?" Ellen DeGeneres. Over the years, Ellen DeGeneres has conducted multiple interviews with Diddy for her daytime talk show. In 2018, she disclosed that the two of them occasionally went out to parties together. Ellen asked Diddy if he would be late for a party she was hosting later that day when she showed up late for a recording of her own show. "Yes, I am." "No," Diddy admitted. "You know I have to arrive fashionably late." However, Ellen DeGeneres begged Diddy not to arrive too late, adding, "'Cause you know, once you get there, the party really starts," Diddy told DeGeneres. "I got you. I promise you I'm not gonna let you down on this big one, for real," said Diddy. Usher. When Usher was barely a teenager in the 1990s, he resided in New York with Diddy, his mentor. In a 2004 interview with Rolling Stone, Usher said there was always girls around during his time living with Diddy. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having a personal party. You never knew what was going to happen, he shared at the time. In an interview with Howard Stern more than 10 years later, Usher acknowledged that very curious things were taking place at Diddy's house. "I got a chance to see some things. I went there to see the lifestyle, and I saw it. I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at," he recalled. "I had curiosity of my own. I just didn't understand it. It was pretty wild. It was crazy." When asked if he would ever let his kids stay with Diddy, Usher replied, "Hell no." 50 Cent. Even before the public learned about Diddy's alleged activities, 50 Cent was one of his harshest opponents. "I've been very vocal about not going to puffy parties and doing stuff like that," Jackson, who first met Diddy in the early 2000s, told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2024. "I've been staying out of that stuff for years," he added. "It's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it." 50, who first got to know Diddy in 2001, revealed that he began to sense something was off with the producer when he asked to take him shopping. "I thought that was the weirdest stuff in the world because that might be something that a man says to a woman," he explained. "And I'm just like, nah, I'm not messing with this weird energy or weird stuff." Even though the two worked together in the beginning, 50 Cent maintained that their relationship was solely professional and that he didn't ever party or hang out with him. 50 Cent implied that Diddy's celebrity circle was aware of the situation when he was questioned about why so many other rappers have not yet spoken out against Diddy. "Some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves," he alleged. "They don't know what is on tape or what's not on tape, so they're not going to say anything because they might have had too much fun." Ray J. In September 2024, Ray J, who referred to Diddy as a friend and mentor, told Chris Cuomo that Diddy's arrest had left him and the majority of his colleagues in a state of confusion. "We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out," he told the former CNN anchor. "I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed." Ray J, who attended several of Diddy's parties over the years, explained that he always looked up to Diddy. "This situation is super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity," he said. Cat Williams. Speaking on the Club Shay Shay podcast in January 2024, 2 months after Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit accusing him of really serious things, Cat Williams foresaw Diddy's demise. "All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024, Cat Williams said. "It's up for all of them. It don't matter if it's Diddy or whoever you is, Pastor TD Jakes, any of them." Williams said he was asked to a number of Diddy's notorious parties over the years, but he consistently turned them down. "I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that blank blank I was telling you about, right? Because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no," he repeated. "You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you, that's why I can say them so freely." LeBron James. 4 years prior to Diddy's arrest, LeBron James asserted that Diddy hosted the greatest parties. The renowned basketball player joined Diddy on an Instagram Live and made the comment, "Hey, everybody know, ain't no party like a Diddy party." James told Diddy in the resurfaced video. "Yeah, that's what's up," Diddy smiled in response. Kendra Wilkinson. Over the years, Kendra Wilkinson admitted to attending 1 or 2 of Diddy's parties, but she said they were nothing like what the feds were claiming. "I had a great time in my youth. I didn't really see anything," she said during a September 2024 appearance on the Kyle and Jackie O radio show. Although Kendra never saw anything really bad happening, she admitted they weren't necessarily PG parties. "I'm not saying that something bad didn't happen," she clarified. "I'm saying that nothing bad ever happened to me." In 1999, Diddy, who had always maintained his innocence, made a chilling prediction that his wild parties would put him in jail. "They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time," he told Entertainment Tonight over 20 years ago.
You won't believe these surprising facts about P. Diddy. P. Diddy has targeted people as young as 9 years old.
Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old.
In recent allegations, Diddy has been linked to taking advantage of people as young as 9. This is all coming from the attorney Tony Busby, who announced that he is representing 120 individuals in a civil lawsuit for the mind-blowing allegations spanning the last 3 decades.
We now represent 120 individuals against Sean Diddy Combs.
Busby said, "When we talk about the allegations of these targets when the conduct occurred, it's unreal." Busby also said that Diddy's youngest target was just 9 years old when he had his way with him. The individual, who was just 9 years old at the time, was taken to an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. Other boys were there to audition as well, Busby told reporters.
We can't be stopped now, 'cause it's Bad Boy.
All of the kids were seeking TV or music careers with the promises of, "I'll make you a star," according to Busby. This individual was taken advantage of allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio with the promise to his parents and himself getting a record deal, he continued.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
I really hope that they lock Diddy up till the end of his days, and whoever else is involved, I hope they get taken down with them. Guys, this is so messed up. He was laughing in our face the entire time. There were so many instances in the media where Diddy blatantly gave us hints to what he was doing, and it just flew over all of our heads. In a resurfaced clip from a 2002 appearance on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Diddy had openly discussed his infamous freak-off get-togethers and even gave tips in hosting. In Diddy's words, first and foremost, guest needs to be beautiful women, of course. He said there should also be a healthy amount of good-looking men to take care of them, with Diddy adding, you can't force the situation. He continued to say, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, a lot of ladies drink water at parties, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. You gotta keep them there.
Drink water at parties. They just, you know, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Another way to keep them from leaving? Diddy said you need locks on the doors.
Right. Gotta keep them there. Right. You need locks on the doors.
They continued with the interaction, with everyone taking these things as jokes. Unfortunately, he wasn't joking. He just thought he was so untouchable that he didn't think he'd ever get taken down. Another time he laughed in our face was after he blew up Kid Cudi's car. The Halloween following this incident, Diddy dressed up as a Joker who had an iconic scene walking away from a building he blew up. It was Diddy again, laughing in our face. His role in Get Him to the Greek? He had way too much fun playing power-hungry Sergio Roma, who was way too similar to Diddy in real life.
Sergio gonna be fine.
It makes all the much more satisfying that this stuff is finally coming out. I asked Cerise Fairfax, who is a soul coach, writer, and YouTuber, what her thoughts were on this information because I love her thoughts and predictions on celebrity topics. What she had to say was, from the allegations of all the way back to say Biggie Smalls and Tupac, to his ex Kim Porter, to also the club situation that happened in 1999, there will be some people coming forward. It seems like it could be that Jennifer Lopez will be caught up in the mix because it's very well known that she's the one who carried the piece into the club for Diddy. So it'll be interesting to see the changing of the tides. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. People are going to start bringing a lot of Hollywood down, and the doors will be opened up for great actors that are not involved in certain things in order to get ahead. Hollywood will be cleaned inside out, and the gates will open for change and for great people to enter the new Hollywood. Although it's a sad time for Diddy's children, it's a very happy time for a lot of people who have been hurt to now heal. I know that I'll be glued to the court hearings if they do happen on TV. Again, that was Cerise Fairfax, soul coach, writer, and YouTuber. I love this take, and we can all look forward to this coming true. Chris Nerschel was Diddy's private chef for about 8 months. Now that Diddy will be eating bland prison food, hopefully for the rest of his life, you might be curious about what he liked to eat before he was caught. When Chris Nerschel was hired, he was given a list of everything to know about Diddy's diet, from what to stock the fridge and pantry with, Wonder Bread is a must, to what to avoid, no spicy foods because Diddy's a wimp. No offense to anyone who can't eat spicy foods, I promise this isn't aimed at you. Chris said, it was a pretty serious list. Chris has cooked for everyone from Mary J. Blige to Hillary and Bill Clinton. He also said he was interesting. When Chris first started, he heard Diddy loved applesauce, so he made some from scratch. Wrong move. He likes Mott's, and he's very particular about that. From then on, he made sure to keep the kitchen stocked with some, just in case Diddy had a craving. Apparently, Diddy enjoyed eating applesauce with every meal. Given how often Diddy had people over, Chris typically made a few grocery runs a day, which he says is pretty normal when you're a private chef. As you might expect, being a private chef for anyone requires being available for breakfast, lunch, and dinner whenever they want it. Chris often got to Diddy's house around 8:30, serving steel-cut oats with fruit or whatever Diddy was feeling. Shortly after Diddy woke up, usually around 10 or 10:30, he'd usually stay in the house until 10 p.m. Diddy's not about juices from concentrate, and he takes fresh to the next level every morning. Chris would make some type of fruit juice from scratch, be it orange or watermelon. Diddy would ask Chris to make healthy, clean meals whenever possible. Sometimes he told the chef what he wanted to eat, other times Chris would make something up, based on Diddy's list of likes and dislikes. I was curious to see where Chris was now, because when he was Diddy's private chef, it was over 7 years ago. So I did some research. It looks like Chris was also involved in a lawsuit. Another fact about Diddy is that he personally came up with all the flavors of Ciroc. Though it's a shame he didn't whip up some flavors called integrity, compassion, moral decency, kindness to go with it. Maybe if he spent as much time crafting his character as he did perfecting those drinks, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Maybe he'll come up with new ideas behind bars. Unfortunately, it will be too late. So Diddy is just such an odd dude. Another fact about Diddy is that when he sleeps before he got locked up, he liked to sleep with a minimum of 15 pillows.
P. Diddy has been kicking around for a while now in the news. Now that he's behind bars, let's look at some celebrities who tried to warn us about P. Diddy. Cat Williams. Cat Williams predicted that Diddy will be exposed in 2024 during an open conversation at the club Shay Shay Show.
All lies will be exposed, that's all.
The comedian went on to say, "You have to tell Diddy no," and added that he had receipts from everything he spoke on the show with host Shannon Sharpe. At one point he said, "All these big deviants are catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you're Diddy or whoever. TD Jakes, all lies will be exposed.
For all of them, it don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Anyone who takes it the wrong way knows why they take it the wrong way." He continued. In another snippet, Williams claimed that he had to turn down $50 million 4 times. P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you've got to tell him no. I did, he alleged.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
50 Cent. Curtis Jackson, better known online as 50 Cent, is renowned for his unvarnished and honest social media style. Since 2006, he and Diddy have been at odds over allegations, without supporting documentation, that Diddy was involved in the notorious B.I.G.'s passing. Following the announcement of the raids, 50 Cent posted screenshots of the news coverage on X/Twitter. "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done," wrote the rapper. "They don't come like that unless they got a case." Later on the same day, 50 took to Instagram and posted a question on the whereabouts of Diddy's longtime pal, Jay-Z. "Anybody seen Jay? LOL. 50 Cent captioned an image of a milk carton with Jay's face on it, adding that Combs said that Jay-Z ain't answering his phone, LOL. Aubrey O'Day. Aubrey O'Day, a former member of Danity Kane, also voiced concerns regarding the raids. To put things in perspective, Diddy founded Danity Kane on the reality series Making the Band. As she said on X, "What you sow, you shall reap," in an Instagram story post. "I pray this emboldens all of the US people affected to finally speak on what we have endured." In a separate Instagram story post, O'Day wrote, "Respectfully, I've been telling y'all this for 2 decades, and did anyone listen? No." Suge Knight. Rap mogul Marion Suge Knight took to X/Twitter implying something deeper and alleging that there was a larger problem behind the raids. "People, the raids today wasn't for Diddy," Knight wrote on Monday, the 25th of March. "It was to destroy the incriminating stuff on powerful men." Kanye West. Ye may be heard discussing a purported agreement certain celebrities have to avoid going to jail in resurfaced videos. The video from the 2022 Drink Champs interview was removed, but it has since resurfaced on social media.
Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy.
Ye refers to some celebs as feds in his rant, which makes reference to Diddy.
And the reason why you got talks because you did a deal, you fed.
The reason why you gotta talk is because you did a deal, you fed. That's why you've gotta come at me. Because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you are gonna pull my card, he said.
Is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-card.
Usher. In 2016, during an interview with Howard Stern, Usher disclosed that at the age of 13, he had lived with Diddy for a year.
"And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year."
Usher claimed that very curious things were taking place during his time in New York. "I got a chance to see some things," Usher told Stern, adding, "I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it."
Went there to see the lifestyle. Right. And I saw it.
He continued, "I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
There were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it."
Usher chuckled when asked if he would ever send his kids to Puffy Camp, saying, "Hell no."
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Wendy Williams. Even though Diddy and Williams appeared on her talk show program back in 2017, the two celebrities didn't exactly have a smooth relationship. Williams regularly called Puffy out on her Hot 97 radio show before she became a TV personality. The two had a rocky relationship, and she hinted that Diddy was a major factor in her career in an interview with media icon Sway.
"I helped him do Bad Boy. He knows.
With the launch of her daytime television program, The Wendy Williams Show, in 2008, Williams finally found her feet. And you can note that she never stopped putting pressure on Diddy. In fact, throughout several of Williams' Hot Topic segments, Diddy and his early legal issues became popular subjects.
Being a mogul, being a rapper, producing and making hits. Who's better? Not Drake.
The most alarming aspect of it all, though, is that Williams appeared to alert the public to Diddy's controlling behavior with Cassie. Williams even conjectured in 2015 that Diddy didn't care for Cassie Ventura Ventura, his girlfriend at the time.
Reportedly, Cassie found out that Puffy was cheating on her with another woman.
When you date a mogul, it's really difficult to avoid them because if you use your head, you never know when they'll pop up on the scene.
Because if you use your head, you never know when they're going to pop up on the scene.
She told her live audience. He can hire a plane right now, land on the roof of the hotel she's staying, pay people off at the front desk, give me a key and let me up in her room.
Somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing. It would scare the bejesus out of me.
Williams also publicly criticized Diddy for publicly attempting to get her back after the two formally announced their split in 2018. Williams said, "I think this was a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back," she continued. "I believe he probably treated her at some point like a possession." Looking back, Williams may have had a point. In line with Williams' allegations, Ventura sued Diddy in civil court in 2023, citing two big things. In 2016, after Diddy was caught on camera with Ventura in a hotel, he even issued an apology.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Williams always seemed to have the inside word on Puff Daddy and the ongoing allegations surrounding him. From her claim that Diddy sent girl group Total to jump her outside of Hot 97 to the talk show host's suggestion that Diddy was too busy partying to settle down with just one woman. Williams received much needed flowers from Diddy when he appeared on her show. "I just want to say how proud I am of you because I don't think people really get it that you were the first one to really cover hip-hop culture," he said. "You started shedding light on our culture and our people, so thank you very much."
But you started shedding light on our culture and our people, and thank you very much.
Kristen Cavallari. Cavallari told the tale of how Combs asked her out when she was in her early 20s on her podcast. "Okay, so one Valentine's Day, I was 22, I believe," she began. "We had a mutual friend. He got my number, whatever. He sent me the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen."
He sent me the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen.
"The biggest box of chocolates I've ever seen. A huge teddy bear. All of his tequila," because he had a tequila brand at the time. I don't know if he still does. And I mean, it was like holy stuff. I mean, it was like multiple people bringing stuff into my house. It was like stuff you see in a movie. And then he told me he had a TV crush on me and he wanted to take me out. She continued, "And I just sort of kept poo-pooing it, and then I finally said no." When Anderson asked Cavallari if there was any part of her that was interested in him, she replied, "I mean, there's obviously a part where you're like, whoa, this guy is spoiling the stuff out of me. Like, that's so sweet, and I've never met this guy. Imagine if I was in a relationship with him, like how sweet it would be." At the time, because I was 21, now as an adult, I'm like, red flag. And clearly, I mean, that's some love dumping kind of stuff.
Diddy has dropped some major hints about his not so cool antics over the years. Let's dive in and talk about those jaw-dropping moments that were way too obvious and somehow he still got away with it. I think he might have enjoyed the fact that he was telling us out in the open, but felt like he was untouchable. Well, I guess he's not since he's now locked up. Let's get to it. Here are some times P. Diddy told on himself and no one realized.
Hey yo, what's up y'all?
Do you guys remember the role Diddy had in the movie Get Him to the Greek where he played Sergio Roma, a power-hungry, egomaniacal executive? People are now noticing that it was way too easy for Diddy to play this role, and the character is way too similar to what some portray is his true personality. He's an unhinged member of the music industry who commits several crimes, many of which are too similar to what he's being accused of now.
I mean, come on, player, lose the paint, man. It's not gangster.
For example, there's a moment in Get Him to the Greek in which Roma instructs a random guest to do certain things with Jonah Hill's character Aaron during one of his wild parties.
I'm eating my own hair.
She's eager to break into the music business, and Aaron is vocally resisting the whole thing. There are other coincidences in this movie that are way too similar to real life, and people suspected that Diddy really enjoyed playing this, as he pretty much just had to play himself. Some would also say that this was Diddy giving us a massive hint to what he actually treated people like in his day-to-day life. Okay, so 25 years before Diddy was actually locked up, he joked about being locked up. Diddy made a telling joke about being arrested 25 years before he was actually jailed. In a resurfaced interview from 2 decades ago, Diddy discussed his infamous white parties, which were attended by A-list celebrities including Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
It affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a...
These parties, held at his luxurious mansions worldwide, reportedly turned into wild, crazy bashes. Speaking in a video about the parties in 1999, Diddy, who is now awaiting trial on charges of various crimes, told a journalist, "They won't even give me a permit for the parties. They don't want me to throw parties anymore. But we're not going to stop. We're going to keep having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. They're going to be shutting them down. They're probably going to be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time."
But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
In the interview with Entertainment Tonight, Diddy claimed his parties broke down racial and generational barriers. When asked about the popularity of his parties, he commented, "I mean, it's cool. It doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party."
It doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person.
Fresh details about Diddy's infamous bashes were disclosed in court, where Diddy was denied bail despite offering a whopping $50 million. Prosecutors read out the 14-page indictment alleging that Diddy led a criminal enterprise.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
Accusations have been leveled at Diddy's team for allegedly organizing these events and ensuring the hotel suite was fully supplied with things to alter your brain, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, lighting, and apparently he even had IVs for people. Searches of Diddy's properties in LA and Miami turned up bang bangs and over 1,000 bottles of lube.
I tend to hurt anybody, and just going to see him as a human being, as the chairman of the...
Another wild fact about Diddy that is getting brought to light again would be that when he was dating his on and off again ex Cassie, Kid Cudi was interested in Cassie and he let it be known. Diddy got word of this, and it wasn't pretty. In Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy, she stated that Diddy kept talking about blowing up Kid Cudi's car, and shortly after that, his car allegedly exploded in the driveway of his residence. This took place in 2012. Diddy wanted to send a message to Kid Cudi, and he told Cassie that he wanted to make sure he was home with his friends when it happened. When Kid Cudi was asked about this, he responded with, "It's true."
Diddy told her that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car.
The following year, Diddy dressed up as the Joker, who has an iconic clip blowing up a building and walking away. A lot of people think that Diddy was throwing hints at us that he was in fact the person that blew up Kid Cudi's car, and he likened himself to the Joker.
Man, you got a problem? Keep that shit macking, man. You really taking over my energy right now?
Because Diddy felt so untouchable, he was casually laughing in our faces and doing things to the public to make fun of the fact that he was getting away with so much. His interview with Conan O'Brien was Diddy throwing huge hints at us about who he really was and what he was really doing in his day-to-day life. An old video of Diddy giving Conan O'Brien advice on how to lock women up at parties has surfaced again, and it's not looking good. When Diddy and the host of Late Night with Conan O'Brien got together in 2002, they discussed Diddy's extravagant parties in details. First to bring up the subject was Conan, who joked that he plays Paul Anka at gatherings and cracks out the cheese whiz, but nobody ever stops by. Confidently speaking, Diddy told Conan he was doing everything wrong before supplying a list of party necessities. In his opening remarks, Diddy stressed the significance of ensnaring beautiful women and beautiful men for the ladies.
Women? Beautiful women, of course.
Diddy added you should have water and drinks because many women drink water at parties and will leave if you don't have it. Then, the real deal arrived. Diddy claimed that having locks on the doors was necessary to keep women at his parties. The instant response from Conan was, "Okay, this is starting to sound not good now." Diddy answered excitedly, "It's a little weird." Diddy then talked about keeping his parties hot and causing a sweat.
You need locks on the doors?
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
Another time that Diddy blatantly threw in our face what he was doing was when him and Justin Bieber were seen in a video together when Justin was just 15 years old. Many people are uneasy after seeing the embarrassing video, which shows Diddy with a very young Justin Bieber. In the video, Diddy is heard stating that Justin Bieber and his friend were having the time of their lives and that Bieber was having 48 hours with Diddy. In the video, Diddy continues, "Where we hang out and what we doin', we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream." After watching this video with the recent allegations that came out, it definitely turned my stomach.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we disclose a 15-year-old's dream.
Diddy was heard saying about Bieber, "I've been given custody of him. He's signed to Usher, but I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me and we're gonna go full buck, full crazy." Regarding Bieber, he says in the video, "Instantly, Bieber's naive, youthful face seems to freeze in a forced, uncomfortable smile. He appears clearly uncomfortable as they go on with their conversation."
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours.
So this one isn't so much Diddy dropping hints to us, but just him openly parading the fact that he was doing unspeakable things, and Diddy questioning Justin Bieber in another video is so strange. The tape shows Justin Bieber seemingly awkward during a conversation with Diddy. Diddy can be heard questioning Justin in the recent released video for not communicating with him as much as he would like. As they shook hands, Justin assured Diddy he's all good, only for him to ask, "Everything's good? Selling at arenas and everything?" The atmosphere shifted when Diddy said, "Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out." In the clip, Justin, who was about 16 at the time, fumbled over his words, replying, "I mean, you tried to get in contact with me throughout all my projects and whatnot, but you never got my number." Justin then took out his phone and told Diddy, "I'm gonna tell you my number." People on social media have been spreading the video, saying how uncomfortable they are with the exchange. This is a creepy video, one ex-user said, while another said, "Justin seems nervous around him."
You never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
All of these seem like Diddy overtly rubbing in the fact that he was up to some things that he thought he could never get caught for.
Ashton Kutcher is scared that P. Diddy will expose him. Ashton Kutcher finds himself in a sticky situation, and this has to do with, of course, his longtime friend Diddy. Reports indicate that Kutcher is deeply worried about what Diddy might disclose regarding their mutual celebrity friends.
Diddy party stories, man, that was like some weird memory lane.
Following Diddy's arrest and the serious charges he currently faces.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody.
While Kutcher has clarified that he was never involved in any of Diddy's gatherings, his apprehension stems from the fear that his association with the renowned music mogul could inadvertently entangle him in the ongoing investigation.
So, can't tell that one either.
Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has made it clear that his client is determined to fight the charges against him in court.
The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr.
Rather than accept a plea deal, Diddy is resolute in proving his innocence and is prepared to face the legal system head on. This commitment to defending his name adds another layer of concern for Kutcher, as the actor reportedly fears that Diddy might resort to making damaging statements about his celebrity connections to lighten his legal burden.
Locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
Currently, Diddy is being held at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, awaiting trial. A source familiar with the situation conveyed that Kutcher, who has maintained a friendship with Diddy for over 2 decades, is feeling the weight of uncertainty. The insider noted Ashton is quite worried about what Diddy might say or do. There's a genuine fear that Diddy could throw anyone under the bus to get himself out of jail.
I love the great.
The source further elaborated, Ashton absolutely regrets his friendship with Diddy considering what has happened. He feels lied to, betrayed, taken for granted, and led astray.
Okay, everything's not okay.
The gravity of Kutcher's concerns cannot be understated, especially given his recent experiences with another figure in his life, Danny Masterson. In October 2023, Kutcher and his wife, Mila Kunis, faced backlash for expressing support for Masterson.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by...
who was sentenced to 30 years in prison for things he did to 2 women.
Danny Masterson has been charged with allegedly raping 3 women.
This situation has heightened Kutcher's awareness of the consequences of his friendships, leaving him feeling very vulnerable as he navigates the fallout from both friendships. Now, the actor has reportedly chosen to confine his social circle to just his family, stating that he only trusts his wife, Mila.
It never crossed my mind until this happened. And
as the investigation unfolds, Kutcher's uncertainty continues to grow. He is particularly wary of the potential for Diddy to fabricate stories that might involve other celebrities in an effort to divert attention away from himself. According to the insider, Kutcher fears that Diddy would have no problem lying to authorities if it meant lessening his own legal troubles. This worry looms large over the actor, especially considering that he has previously faced scrutiny and backlash due to his connections with individuals facing serious allegations. Kutcher's concern is echoed by many who have been close to Diddy. As the source stated, everyone who is close to Diddy fears the possibility of him making up false allegations to clear his own name.
Yep.
This atmosphere of uncertainty can be taxing for anyone in Diddy's inner circle, particularly those like Kutcher, who have long been known for their positive public images.
Give it up for Ashton Kutcher one time, that's why we here. You ain't married no more.
He does not want to get involved in this, but knows that his association means he already is. The insider shared, if he gets contacted by the authorities, he will be fully cooperative as he has nothing to hide. The statement underscores Kutcher's commitment to transparency and integrity, which contrasts sharply with the current tumult surrounding Diddy. Adding to the complexity of the situation is the fact that Kutcher reportedly felt blindsided by Diddy's behavior. A pivotal moment for Kutcher was when a 2016 hotel surveillance video surfaced, showing Diddy involved in an altercation with his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura.
Captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting girlfriend Cassie Ventura.
The footage, which included Diddy behaving unbecoming, served as a wake-up call for Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Ashton knows that he dug himself a hole with this one, the insider commented, but never in a million years did he believed that Diddy was truly doing these horrible things. This realization led Kutcher and Mila Kunis to reassess their friendship with Diddy, as they concluded that he was not the person they once thought he was. The couple's decision to distance themselves from Diddy indicates a broader trend among those in the entertainment industry where the stakes are high and reputations can be severely impacted by association. As they reflected on their friendship, the source remarked they had a genuine friendship, but when Ashton and Mila saw the video of Cassie, they realized that he was a monster and not someone they want in their life.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
In light of Diddy's recent legal troubles, a resurfaced video has stirred up discussions about Kutcher's past comments regarding Diddy's parties. The clip features Kutcher discussing the notorious gatherings during which he hinted at the unusual and possibly excessive behavior that took place. While he remained somewhat coy about specifics, he acknowledged that a lot went down at Diddy's parties. In this context, the resurfacing of these comments has only intensified the scrutiny surrounding Kutcher's association with Diddy, and has led many to question how deeply involved he truly was in Diddy's world.
Diddy party stories, man, that was like some weird memory lane.
Kutcher's recollection of his friendship with Diddy adds another layer of complexity to the narrative. The actor reminisced about their first meeting back in 2003 when he was hosting the MTV show Punk. That initial encounter sparked a friendship that blossomed over shared interests, particularly sports. We just became fast friends, and we used to just hang out and watch football together, Kutcher recounted. However, this camaraderie has now taken a dark turn, as Kutcher grapples with the implications of his friendship with someone who is embroiled in serious legal allegations. As Diddy prepares for his trial, Agnifilo has reiterated that his client is not considering accepting a plea deal. He firmly believes in Diddy's innocence and emphasizes that accepting a plea could mean compromising Diddy's integrity and the integrity of those who have been adversely affected by these accusations. It's not up to me, it's up to Mr. Combs, and I don't see it happening because he believes he's innocent, Agnifilo stated.
He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case.
He elaborated on Diddy's motivations, indicating that Diddy feels an obligation not just to himself, but to his family and everyone who has faced similar scrutiny. Agnifilo continued, he feels an obligation to those people to say, you know what, maybe I can break the model. Maybe I can show the world that a black man can win in federal court. This sentiment speaks to a broader context within the legal system, particularly regarding the challenges faced by individuals of color. The statement underscores Diddy's resolve to challenge the system, even as he faces potentially life-altering consequences. Agnifilo's confidence in Diddy's stance adds another layer of tension as Kutcher navigates his feelings about the situation. As the situation continues to unfold, Ashton Kutcher's worries reflect not just personal concerns but also broader implications about friendship, loyalty, and the consequences of association in the high-stakes world of celebrity status. With Diddy's trial looming, Kutcher's focus on protecting his reputation and his family underscores the complex dynamics at play in this unfolding drama. The coming months will likely reveal more about the legal challenges Diddy faces, as well as the impact it will have on those in his orbit, including Kutcher. You know, the scale of the allegations against Diddy are so large, you'd wonder why or even how it didn't get out sooner, like before the raid. Well, as it turns out, some people may have already tried to warn us. Here are some female celebrities who warned us about P. Diddy, but no one listened. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams has built her career on being unapologetically outspoken, never hesitating to call out uncomfortable truths. Nearly 10 years ago, she sounded alarms about Sean Diddy Combs, particularly cautioning his then-girlfriend girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, about his behavior. Although these comments were made long before Diddy's current legal woes, they resurfaced after his recent arrest, serving as a stark reminder of the warnings Williams had issued. In a 2015 episode of The Wendy Williams Show, she expressed serious concern over one of Diddy and Cassie's numerous breakups. In this particular discussion, Wendy warned that Cassie's efforts to distance herself from Diddy wouldn't be easy, especially given his powerful influence as a music mogul. She said, "You know, my thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them because if you use your head, you never know when they're going to pop up on the scene." This caution was reinforced by a 2016 video showing Diddy acting strange toward Cassie, further cementing his already questionable reputation. Wendy's blunt and early warning now feels more significant as public awareness of Diddy's alleged behavior grows. Her observations may have seemed dramatic at the time, but they highlight how challenging it can be to escape the influence of a powerful figure like Diddy in the entertainment industry. Jaguar Wright. The singer Jaguar Wright has consistently voiced serious accusations against Diddy for years, long before his recent legal troubles made headlines. In various interviews, including one covered by USA Today, she revealed how her claims were often dismissed as jealousy or bitterness over his success. Nevertheless, Wright has remained undeterred, continuing to highlight what she believes is a disturbing pattern in Diddy's personal life. In her candid interviews, she hasn't held back, openly discussing aspects of Diddy's past, including his relationships with women and even touching on his family. One of her most outspoken assertions involves the tragic passing of Diddy's mother, which she linked to the darker side of the entertainment world. "I do not think he's insane. I think he might be struggling with a little buyer's remorse," Wright said, suggesting that Diddy's rise to fame came at a heavy personal cost. She added he did buy into the game. That's why he's able to talk about his mom being sacrificed. Wright didn't stop with Vogue claims. She dug deeper into Diddy's mother's passing, alleging that it was the result of complications from plastic surgery performed by a doctor with a notorious record. According to her, the surgeon had a history of malpractice and was unable to obtain insurance for less than $10 million in certain areas. While these claims remain highly speculative, Wright's willingness to confront such a powerful figure highlights the extent of her concerns. Whether or not people believe her, Wright's accusations continue to echo as part of the larger conversation surrounding Diddy's behavior and the darker undercurrents of the music industry. Kimora Lee Simmons. Kimora Lee Simmons, a fashion icon and businesswoman, was another celebrity who had a troubling encounter with Diddy that raised eyebrows. In a 2004 profile by New York Magazine, Simmons recounted an incident at a benefit event where Diddy threatened to do something to her. At the time, she was pregnant, which made the situation even more surprising. Simmons, clearly angered by the exchange, didn't hesitate to label Diddy's behavior as outrageous, exclaiming, "The moron!" The situation escalated to the point where Diddy felt the need to publicly apologize for his behavior, even going as far as getting on his knees to beg for forgiveness. This act of contrition performed in public was a rare display for someone as notoriously proud as Diddy. Reflecting on her personal experience with him, Simmons expressed mixed feelings, stated, "I respect him for being an entrepreneur, and I appreciate knowing that everything he does is emulating my husband." At the time, Simmons was married to Russell Simmons, another music industry heavyweight. Though the incident with Diddy was publicly addressed, Simmons' remarks serve as yet another example of how his behavior has raised concerns over the years, even among other influential figures in the industry. Aubrey O'Day. Aubrey O'Day, a former member of the girl group Danity Kane, has long been vocal about her own experiences with Diddy, dating back to when she first met him through the reality show Making the Band in 2005. After being dismissed from the group in 2008, O'Day suggested that her departure was linked to a refusal to comply with some of Diddy's non-musical demands. In a 2022 interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, she revealed that her life took a profound turn following the fallout from her involvement with Diddy and the group. Shortly before Diddy's arrest, O'Day reflected on the shifts in her life that came after Cassie Ventura dropped a lawsuit against him. At the end of the last year, when Cassie dropped her lawsuit, all of our lives changed forever. O'Day shared on the Off the Vine podcast. When asked if she had fully processed everything that had happened, she admitted, "I'm nowhere nowhere near processing. The toll of her experiences with Diddy and the lingering thoughts were evident as she described the ongoing nature of the situation. Everything is. It's very unpredictable, it's very difficult, and every day there's a new little twist and turn. O'Day also hinted that there was a larger investigation underway, noting there's an investigation going on right now, so like if anyone were to be part of the investigation, they wouldn't be allowed to speak about anything. Her comments left much unsaid, but they reinforced the growing sense that Diddy's influence extended far beyond what was visible on the surface. Looking back on her time with making the band, O'Day reflected on how she had been mistreated in a toxic environment, adding that she was fired publicly on television for behavior she was later told was not good. She described it as a wrongful termination, but explained that pursuing legal action now would be complicated by the statute of limitations. O'Day's story highlights the way systematic issues in the industry allowed troubling behavior to be normalized, making it difficult for victims to come forward. As more women like O'Day speak out, the conversation around Diddy's behavior continues to evolve, revealing the complexities of power dynamics and the lasting effect it has on those who have experienced it firsthand. Sean Diddy Combs, known for his notorious freak-off parties, has recently found himself under significant public scrutiny due to his ongoing legal issues. After multiple accusations surfaced, Diddy was arrested in New York on September 16, 2024, facing a variety of serious charges. Even though several prominent women in the industry had previously spoken out about his events and behavior, their warnings were largely ignored at the time. Now, in light of his arrest, those early voices are being heard anew. We just covered 4 female celebrities who took a stand against Diddy, highlighting his behavior long before his current legal troubles became public knowledge. The Kardashians get up to some pretty weird business. Along the way, they're definitely bound to make some weird friends too, right? Here's the Kardashian family's surprising connection to P. Diddy. P. Diddy and the Kardashian family have long been associated with the same glitzy Hollywood lifestyle. Sean P. Diddy Combs, a legendary American rapper, is currently incarcerated at the moment due to grave charges. The 54-year-old hip-hop artist has pleaded not guilty and refuted all the allegations. After his arrest in New York, an old Keeping Up with the Kardashians video surfaced, sparking a social media firestorm. In it, Khloe Kardashian informed Kourtney about a crazy party Diddy threw in 2014.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends.
After that, Khloe talks about the party, claiming that Justin Bieber attended when he was only 20 years old. Khloe recounted, "I got on a plane at 5:30 in the morning.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m.
Well, this party, I think half the people there weren't fully clothed," reported the Mirror.
I think half the people there were butt naked.
When Kourtney presses her more about the company she had that weekend, Khloe replies that she was hanging out with a bunch of friends, listing off A-lister names.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
Khloe chimes in Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, confirming her star-studded entourage, adding, "So far, so good."
So far, so good. Montana. No.
A video from 2016's Cocktails with Khloe has gone viral, with Khloe and Kourtney conversing with Diddy amid the current Diddy conversation. Khloe said in the already viral Reddit video, "Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff."
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
Diddy simply responded, "Yeah," to which Khloe added with a touch of nostalgia, "We've been known to party with you a few times."
We've been known to party with you a few times.
She turned to her sister Kourtney, asking, "Do you remember Diddy's birthday?" To which Kourtney admitted, "Yes, I forgot about that. That was an epic night too."
I forgot about that. You forgot about that? No, that was an epic night too.
Khloe questioned why was it so epic, wondering why the night was so unforgettable. Kourtney recounted, "That night was fun because all the girls ditched me, so it was like me and the boys."
All the girls ditched me, so I was like me and the boys.
It was me, Kanye West, Corey Gamble, Tyga, just hanging out, and it was fun.
And we were all just like hanging out, and it was, you loved it, it was fun.
A December 2019 Instagram image by Khloe is generating excitement as well thanks to fresh fan comments. Khloe is seen in the picture with her sisters Kim and Kylie, who are all decked up, posing next to Diddy, who is wearing a silver suit. The caption reads, "Nothing like a Diddy party." Diddy and the Kardashians have long been in the same social circles, although they have recently become less close. I wonder why. Kim reportedly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram just before his properties were searched in March of this year, 2024, following a number of other celebrities who have distanced themselves from the singer. Ray J, real name William Ray Norwood Jr., was Kim's ex-boyfriend. He talked about his personal experiences at Diddy's parties and said that a lot of people in the industry are unaware of any accusations or charges made against the rapper. He just shared his personal viewpoint with Chris Cuomo on News Nation's Cuomo. "We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about and I never knew they existed," said Ray J.
I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said.
And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party. He went on to suggest that individuals wanted to have fun, get inspired, and be encouraged by the good vibes of these gatherings to go to work the following day. People are still attempting to digest and understand everything he said. Ray J continued, saying that even though the claims aren't factual yet, they are nonetheless confusing for many.
It's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people.
Half a year after the feds raided Combs' home in Miami and Los Angeles, he was taken into custody on September 16, 2024 at a posh hotel in Manhattan. Many others have filed lawsuits against him in the past year, alleging they were mistreated by him. One such person is his ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie, whose accusations began when she was just 19. Combs vehemently disputed Cassie's allegations last year in 2023, and he has subsequently entered a not guilty plea to federal charges. The grand jury indictment papers that the Mirror looked through reveal accusations against him dating back to 2008 and include some really bad stuff. Additionally, he is accused of enticing people and male workers into what are known as freak-offs, which are often protracted sessions in which Combs and the purported victims are said to have had IVs in order to recover. His brief, Mark Agnifilo, declared outside the courthouse on September 17, 2024, "Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid of the charges." It is stated that Diddy has managed to stay in touch with his loved ones in spite of the limitations imposed by his confinement. Diddy is the father of 7 children, technically: Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delilah, and Love, by 4 different women. People was informed by a person with knowledge of the matter that Diddy is incredibly worried about his kids while he's in jail. The insider revealed he is very concerned about his kids and their well-being. He has 3 minor children, 2 of whom now have no living parents available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated, reports the Mirror. According to a person familiar with the matter, Diddy's kids are all in a tizzy as a result of his imprisonment. It's heartbreaking to see the children in the state they're in. This is their father, but to them, he's not Diddy, he's dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father. Diddy, who had 3 children with the late model and actress Kim Porter, who passed away in 2018 at the age of 47, is the happy father of Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. Quincy was Porter's child by Al B, and he was later taken in by Combs. Subsequently, he had 2 sons, Chance with entrepreneur Sarah Chapman, and Justin with stylist Misa Hilton. Diddy and model Tana Tran celebrated the birth of their youngest child, their daughter Love, in December 2022. This information is related to reports that Diddy is not being given any preferential treatment while he is being held in one of the most infamous prisons in America on charges. Regarding Diddy's treatment, an insider told the magazine that he is being treated like any other detainee awaiting trial. They also said that in accordance with the practice for prominent prisoners, the star was placed on watch upon admittance to the facility as a precaution. Diddy's attorneys, Mark Agnifilo and Tenny R. Garagos, have described the Brooklyn prison's circumstances as below standards and not fit for pretrial detention in an unsuccessful bail application.
P. Diddy is even worse than we thought. Sean Diddy Combs was accused of taking advantage of 25 youngins, including a 9-year-old during a press conference. 9 years old? Can you believe it? Diddy has really done some unspeakable things, and it just keeps getting worse. This is all coming from the attorney Tony Busby, who announced that he is representing 120 individuals in a civil lawsuits for the mind-blowing allegations spanning in the last 3 decades.
We now represent 120 individuals
who intend to bring civil claims in civil court.
I want to focus on the ages of these targets. When we talk about the ages of these targets when the conduct occurred, it's unreal, Busby warned. Busby said that Diddy's youngest target was just 9 years old when he had his way with them.
Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old.
The individual who was 9 years old at the time was taken into an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. Other boys were there to audition as well, Busby told reporters. All of the kids were seeking TV or music careers with the promises of, I'll make you a star, according to Busby. This individual was taken advantage of, allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio with the promise to both his parents and himself of getting a record deal, he continued. Guys, this is beyond messed up. I hope they lock Diddy up till the end of his days, and whoever else is involved, I hope they get taken down with him. The messed up thing is people were partaking in this and other people knew it was happening but didn't say anything. Perhaps out of consternation, or maybe they just didn't care. I asked Cerise Fairfax, who's a soul coach, writer, and YouTuber, what her thoughts were on this new information coming out, because I love her thoughts and predictions on celebrity topics. What she had to say was, from the allegations of all the way back in the day to Biggie Smalls to Tupac to his ex Kim Porter to also the club situation that happened in 1999, there will be some people coming forward. It seems like it could be that Jennifer Lopez will be caught up in the mix because it is very well known that she's the one who carried the piece into the club for Diddy. So it'll be interesting to hear the changing of the tides. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. People are going to start bringing a lot of Hollywood down, and the doors will be opened up for great actors that are not involved in certain things in order to get ahead. Hollywood will be cleaned inside out, and the gates will open for change and for great people to enter the new Hollywood. Although it's a sad time for Diddy's children, it is a very happy time for a lot of people who have been hurt to now heal. I know that I will be glued to the court hearings if they happen on TV. Again, that was Cerise Fairfax, soul coach, writer, and YouTuber. I love this take. We can all look forward to this coming true. Busby shared other similar stories alleging that Combs once forced another minor to do certain acts on him in exchange for a record deal. Another instance, an individual, 15 years old at the time, was flown to New York City to attend a party where she was given things to alter her mind and taken to a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs, Busby continued. This female individual was taken advantage of, and then other individuals took turns taking advantage of her. The attorney further noted that this group of 120 accusers is evenly divided by males and females. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates, Busby said. The lawyer also stated his team has collected pictures, videos, and texts with evidence from the alleged accusations. During the conference, Busby warned that many powerful people and many crazy secrets will be exposed in the upcoming days.
I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed.
In fact, the attorney informed some of the names involved will astonish people. Busby said the dozens of allegations involve things so abominable that I don't even want to repeat them here. Busby also pointed out that the long list of accusers goes back to 1991. Busby plans to file lawsuits in various states, including Texas, California, Georgia, Florida, and New York within the next 30 days. Shortly after the press conference, Diddy's legal team once again proclaimed his innocence. As Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless accusation in which he has become a reckless media circus, they said in a statement. Sean Diddy Combs is just one of the many powerful people who will go down for the things that took place at his parties, events, auditions, and more. Tony Busby had an awesome message for the people yet to be caught. He said he will reveal the bystanders and willing participants who encouraged the alleged mistreatment and egged it on alongside Diddy. His words are, "These people who know who they are should just come forward now. I would imagine that as we speak here, there are a myriad of people who are very nervous. You can't hide skeletons in the closet forever. I would expect there are many people out there right now who are desperately searching their memories as they delete their texts and data." If convicted, Combs faces a minimum of 15 years in prison, but here's to hoping he gets longer. I'm sure they'll push for max with all the things that are coming out. There have been a list of celebrities that used to support Diddy who are now taking the time to make it clear that they no longer do. Some people speaking out about the monstrosities and some people unfollowing him on Instagram. Wendy Williams recently spoke out about Diddy and how she felt about the situation. Her words were short and sweet. She just said, "It's about time." She continued to say, "What's really weird is that I've been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have said the same." But now you have to think, how many more times? How many more people? How many more women? It's just so horrible. Wendy Williams has a long history with Diddy. Back in the 90s, Wendy Williams hosted Hot 97, a radio station dedicated to hip-hop. During her time with the station, she openly speculated about several artists. She was eventually sidelined by the station, with her former colleague Charlemagne the God recently alleging that Diddy was the reason she was fired in 1998. Wendy was on to Diddy from way back, and he knew it. I think a lot of celebrities right now are doing damage control. I'm hearing so much speculation about certain celebrities that you wouldn't even imagine would be involved in half the stuff. People must be shaking in their boots. Given the current situation, it's important to remember that circumstances can shift dramatically in an instant. If you've committed an unforgivable act, the truth has a way of coming to light, and you will be held accountable. You won't believe what the inside of Diddy's parties look like. Guys, they're so much more wild than you'd imagine. Diddy was known for his insane parties. Most A-list actors attended them. People from all corners of Hollywood were there. He had extravagant cakes, red carpet entrances. Diddy was even carried into his 33rd birthday party on a gold palanquin in 2002. That year, Britney Spears, Ivana Trump, and Janet Jackson attended, along with many other stars. When Diddy turned 35 2 years later, Jay-Z, Jamie Foxx, Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, and Mariah Carey were photographed helping him celebrate. Stay tuned and watch us explore inside P. Diddy's wild parties over the years. For his 50th birthday, Diddy partied with multiple members of the Kardashian family, as well as Pharrell, Kate Beckinsale, and Naomi Campbell. Photos of the star-studded events have resurfaced into the wake of Diddy being taken into custody. People are also uncovering what these parties looked like when you were inside. They were called Diddy's freak-off parties. They were described as intense, multi-day adult parties involving things to alter your brain. During these freak-offs, Diddy allegedly made male and female workers to engage in certain acts while he allegedly recorded them. Despite proclaiming his innocence, Diddy eerily predicted in 1999 that his wild parties might land him behind bars.
Probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
Let's take a look at what some celebrities have said about Diddy's wild parties. One of them being Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher struck up an unlikely friendship with Diddy in the early 2000s while working on MTV. During a 2019 appearance on Hot Ones, Ashton explained that their really bizarre relationship began after Diddy told him that he was forbidden from pranking him. When asked his favorite Diddy party story, Ashton declined to answer. He said, "I've got a lot I can't tell." "Can't tell that one either," he said with a laugh. "I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories. Man, that was some weird memory lane thing."
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
During a joint appearance on The Late Late Show, a year prior, Ashton gave more insight into his relationship with Diddy, who he grew close to before meeting his now wife, Mila Kunis. "We're spending a lot of time together," Ashton, seated next to Diddy, told host James Corden. "If you're a single man, there's probably no greater human being in the world to hang out with," the actor continued, adding, "By the way, this was 20 years ago, so we were having a lot of fun together." Although the Friends co-hosted Diddy's annual White Party in 2009 to raise awareness for Malaria No More, there's no indication that Ashton was ever involved in any of Diddy's wild activities. Khloe Kardashian hinted at some stuff at Diddy's parties during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, ironically titled Secrets of a Double Life in 2014. In the clip, Khloe told sister Kourtney Kardashian that she could spend the weekend with a bunch of her friends, including Diddy, Quincy Combs, Justin Bieber, and French Montana. Elsewhere in the episode, Khloe shared more details about the wild weekend while bowling with her older sister. "I haven't been to bed yet. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m., Khloe shared. "While this party, I think half the people were not wearing anything," she added.
"Well, this party, I think half the people there were butt naked."
However, when Kourtney asked Khloe's friend for more details about the party, Khloe instructed her to stop talking. A week after Diddy's arrest, actress Jenny Mullen revealed she was invited to one of the freak-offs when she was just 19 years old. "I was in San Diego and the guy came over and he's like, 'My boss wants to meet you,'" Jenny recalled on her Instagram, noting that she was not giving any vibes in jeans and a t-shirt. Jenny eventually went over to meet Diddy, who she joked had the littlest hand she ever felt. The actress claimed that Diddy invited her up to his room for a party, which she declined. "Guys, would I have been in a freak-off?" she asked before bursting into laughter. "Would I have been captured in his room? Would there be footage of me to this day in a sort of crazy freak-off?" Ellen DeGeneres interviewed Diddy on her daytime talk show numerous times over the years, revealing in 2018 that they occasionally partied together. After Diddy arrived late to a taping of her show, Ellen asked if he was also going to be tardy to an upcoming party she was throwing. "Yes, I am. No, Diddy admitted. You know I have to arrive fashionably late. However, Ellen begged Diddy not to arrive too late, adding, because you know, once you get there, the party really starts. Diddy replied saying, I got you. I promise I'm not going to let you down on this big one for real. Usher lived with Diddy, his mentor, in New York in the 90s when he was just a teen. In a 2004 interview with Rolling Stone, Usher said there was always girls around during his time living with Diddy. You'd open a door, you'd see somebody doing it, or several people in a room. You never knew it was going to happen, he shared at the time. Over a decade later, Usher admitted during an interview with Howard Stern that there were very curious things taking place at Diddy's home. I got a chance to see some things. I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it. I don't know if I can indulge or understand what I was even looking at, he recalled. I had a curiosity of my own. I just didn't understand it. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. When asked if he would ever let his kids stay with Diddy, Usher replied, heck no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
50 Cent has been one of Diddy's biggest critics even before the news of his arrest went public. I've been very vocal about not going to Puffy parties and doing stuff like that, 50 Cent said, who first met Diddy in the early 2000s, told The Hollywood Reporter in July 2024. I've been staying out of that stuff for years, he added. It's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it. 50 Cent, who met Diddy in 2001, explained that he started getting bad vibes from Diddy after he asked to take him shopping.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
I thought that was the weirdest stuff in the world because that might be something that a man says to a woman, he explained. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not effing with this weird energy or weird stuff. Although the pair collaborated in their early years, 50 Cent insisted it was strictly business and that he didn't ever party or hang out with him. When asked why so many other rappers have yet to speak out about Diddy, 50 Cent suggested that Diddy's celeb circle was in on it. Some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves, he alleged. They don't know what the F is on tape or what's not on tape, so they're not going to say anything because they might have had too much fun. Ray J, who called Diddy a mentor and a friend, told Chris Cuomo in September 2024 that he and most of his peers were surprised over Diddy's arrest. We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out, he said. I've never been in rooms that people are talking about. I never knew they existed. Ray J, who attended several of Diddy's parties over the years, explained that he always looked up to Diddy. The situation is super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity, he says. LeBron James claimed Diddy threw the best parties 4 years before his arrest. LeBron made the statement while joining Diddy on an Instagram Live. Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, LeBron told Diddy in the resurfaced video. Yeah, that's what's up, Diddy replied with a smile.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Kendra Wilkinson attended 1 or 2 of Diddy's parties over the years, but insisted they were nothing like the police claim. I had a great time in my youth. I didn't really see anything, she said during a September 2024 appearance on the Kyle and Jackie O radio show. Although Kendra never saw anything really bad happening, she admitted they weren't necessarily PG parties. I'm not saying that something bad didn't happen, she clarified. I'm saying nothing bad ever happened to me.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges.
P. Diddy was finally arrested and charged. Wow. He was hit with several charges for various things. For years, Diddy has been getting away with things, and a lot of people are finding it satisfying that he is finally going away for the many awful things he did. How did Diddy get away with everything he's been doing for so long? Blair Channing Ray, who is an influencer from Arlington, had the perfect words for this as well. She said, I don't want to hear nothing about how they coming for another black man for doing nothing, because what P. Diddy did to Cassie was indeed something.
Surveillance footage from 2016 showing what appears to be Diddy violently assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie.
And everyone sharing these stories about P. Diddy is not lying either. Blair was so on point with this comment because at the end of the day, people are always going to make excuses for their favorite stars. When it's this big of an injustice, we can't make excuses. Following the case, we were also updated that 1,000 bottles of baby oil were seized from his home. 1,000? Absolutely wild.
You know, it was a big problem.
I love the opinions of Cerise Fairfax, who is an intuitive soul coach, writer, and YouTuber. She always has amazing takes on celebrity news. So I asked her what her opinion was on the Diddy drama, and she said, yes, Diddy was finally arrested yesterday, but he was supposed to be arrested today, and they pushed the arrest day up. They were working with lawyers to get him taken in. They are definitely going to bring up everything they can from the past to the future. This is the reason people have to always pay attention to what they're doing, because in the end, things come back to bite them, and he's going to get bitten like a swarm of wasps.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
He's going to get stung and stung and stung, and the people he considers closest to him will be the people that will speak up against him first. Diddy has recently been accused of crimes during the height of his fame as a producer to huge names in hip-hop, like Mary J. Blige, Usher, Lil' Kim, and the late Biggie Smalls in the 1990s and 2000s. He was first accused of a years-long pattern crimes and mistreatment against his former girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura, in a lawsuit she filed against him.
I think everybody's entitled to, having that moment, I guess.
Though the pair quickly settled, Cassie's suit opened the floodgates, as since then, more than half a dozen alleged victims have come forward with their own lawsuits against him.
What I do when I like to celebrate, I like to turn up a little bit, but sometimes it just like, it get a little... I met all of them in the same year, so I've known all of them the same amount of time.
And on March 25th, 2024, his Beverly Hills and Miami mansions were simultaneously raided by Homeland Security.
Several law enforcement agencies are raiding the home of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy.
Diddy denied everything in Cassie's lawsuit, but when a horrible video came out showing some serious mistreatment of Cassie, he couldn't talk his way out of it. He posted a video apologizing for it on social media the next day.
I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
The first time he owned up to allegations against him, any of them. In the same month, Diddy's accusers were notified by federal investigators that they could be brought to court to testify before a grand jury. Before any of this came out, he denied all of the mistreatment against Cassie, so it was pretty surprising to many people when the video came out, and it was way worse than expected.
Shocking and sickening video showing Sean Diddy Combs attacking a woman.
Diddy has strongly denied all of the allegations and claimed that the accusers are only looking for a quick payday. The only lawsuit he settled with was Cassie. If she didn't have proof, he would definitely keep denying everything. It makes you wonder what other stars have been affected by his actions. There are a few stars that have spoken out about their disdain for Diddy as well. Let's look at some celebrities who absolutely cannot stand him. Aubrey O'Day. When Diddy was working with Danity Kane, of which Aubrey was a member, he first got to know Aubrey O'Day. He sacked her and D Woods, another member of the girl band, 3 years after the group was created. Although Aubrey has later stated that she refused to do things that were expected of her outside of recording and doing interviews to promote the band and album, Sean Combs claimed on television that Aubrey's attitude needed to be humble. In light of all the current accusations made against Diddy, this statement appears to be much more significant. Diddy recently reportedly sent NDAs to members of the Danity Kane, according to Aubrey, to ensure that exchange for the rights to their music, Bad Boy and Sean Combs will not be affected.
This is just a way to get you to never be able to publicly speak about what we have experienced.
50 Cent. 50 Cent and Diddy have had a notably contentious relationship that spans nearly the entire length of 50 Cent's career in the entertainment industry. Known for his public feuds with various figures in music, 50 Cent has repeatedly taken aim at Diddy over the years. Their feud seems to go beyond just a single incident, with 50 Cent criticizing everything from Diddy's fashion choices to his mannerisms, the way he honors the legacy of the notorious B.I.G. Much of 50 Cent's disdain for Diddy has been expressed through social media and interviews. He has not held back in voicing his displeasure. Whether it's comments on how Diddy conducts himself or disapproval of his collaboration with other artists, 50 Cent has made it clear that he is not a Diddy fan. Their verbal sparring has become something of a recurring theme in hip-hop, with 50 Cent frequently using his platform to mock or criticize Diddy.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
While their back and forth has often seemed personal, neither has escalated the conflict beyond words. Still, the tension between them is palpable, with 50 Cent's dislike for Diddy being no secret to the public. Drake and Diddy have had a tumultuous relationship marked by a high-profile altercation that stemmed from a disagreement over the song 0 to 100.
Being Steph Curry with the shot, been cooking with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy.
Drake, who's been compared to hip-hop legends like Diddy and Jay-Z due to his immense success in the industry, found himself in a heated dispute with Diddy over the rights to the track. The disagreement reportedly escalated into an altercation between the two at a Miami nightclub in 2014. While Drake and several witnesses, including radio host Charlemagne the God, claimed that the altercation did indeed happen, Diddy has consistently denied any confrontation. Despite the conflicting accounts, the incident caused a rift between the two artists, drawing significant media attention and fueling rumors of deep disdain. Danity Kane. When Danity Kane was recruited to Bad Boy in 2004, they appear to have what it took to become the next big girl group. But when Aubrey O'Day and D Woods were let go in 2008, the group chemistry shifted. When Diddy signed them, the original 5 had a certain sound that they were never able to replicate. At the absolute least, the group can concur that they have over the years heard comments from Diddy and people close to him. Diddy separated himself from the group as a result, and they finally broke up in 2009. 2014 saw a temporary reunion, however things didn't work out and the group disbanded once more. After collaborating on new music under the Danity Kane moniker in 2020, Aubrey, Shannon Bex, and Don Richard have not released any more music. As a result, it is unknown what the group's status is. Jay-Z. Diddy and Jay-Z have been close ever since their early 1990s rise to fame. Though they've been pals for a long time, it seems things soured when Diddy's close friends, Jay-Z and Kanye West, disappeared. The conflict between Jay and Kanye had a detrimental impact on Jay's relationship with Diddy. The two lost contact for 3 years as a result. Nonetheless, in 2019, the two were seen catching up at Diddy's 50th birthday. Thus, the two could become friends once more. Eminem. The tension between Eminem and Diddy has its roots in a particular moment. Eminem sparked a feud when he made an inflammatory claim insinuating that Diddy had arranged the passing of rap icon Tupac Shakur.
The day Diddy admits that he put the hit out, they got popped.
This accusation, even though Eminem later clarified it was meant as a joke, struck a very serious chord. Taking a look at his past, I wonder if there are any hints that he would grow to do all of the things he's being charged for now. Sean Combs was born in 1964 in Harlem, New York. He attended Howard University but dropped out to pursue his music career.
It's ridiculous how you put your lips on this. Don't kiss right there, girlfriend, I'm ticklish.
He founded his record label, Bad Boy Records, and it went on to be very successful. One of the most successful labels of its time. Well, it definitely lived up to its name. Diddy is a bad boy indeed. Throughout his career, he's had accusations, rumors, and many other things that slipped through the cracks before all of the information started coming out against him. He's won numerous awards. He has won 3 Grammy Awards and is known for his hit songs such as I'll Be Missing You.
Kinda hard with you not around. Know you in heaven smiling down.
He's also ventured into various business ventures, including his own clothing line, fragrance line, and even a restaurant chain. He has a net worth of over $800 million, which makes him one of the wealthiest figures in the entertainment industry. He has also been involved in a lot of film productions as an actor. He showcased his acting skills in films like Monsters Ball and Get Him to the Greek. He fathered 7 different children to 4 different women. In his record label Bad Boy Entertainment, he's managed artists like Khalees, MGK, Biggie Smalls, Carl Thomas, Faith Evans, and for people who love hip-hop, do you remember the Eminem and MGK beef? MGK put out a diss track towards Eminem called Rap Devil.
Rap God, I'm the rap devil, come a bare face with a black shovel like.
And in response, Eminem made one back, but in the end of it, spoke about Diddy putting out a hit on Tupac.
Diddy admits that he put the hit out, they got popped.
After this, MGK completely left hip-hop and started making punk rock. Many people said that it's because Eminem blacklisted him. But with all the Diddy drama happening, rumors are going crazy, and many people think that Diddy forced MGK out of hip-hop because Eminem knew something that he didn't want getting out.
Oh, and I'm just playing, Diddy. You know I love you.
A fan on Reddit commented with an interesting take, saying M for sure has insider information and he wouldn't just say that unless he was sure. I've long suspected that the bar is why MGK never responded. Diddy shut MGK down because he didn't want M to keep running his mouth. M was probably fairly confident that line would have Diddy shut down MGK from responding, which is why M was so confident that there wouldn't be a response. Crazy stuff. Diddy also had a few of his own reality TV shows, including Making the Band and I Want to Work for Diddy. A PA who apparently worked for Diddy on Making the Band had some words to say about this. They wrote, "So I worked as a PA on Making his band, which were a bunch of musicians competing to go on tour with Diddy. I will say Diddy was one of the worst humans I ever worked on set with. Like 7 hours late and always throws a fit, acts like a child, yells at everyone, acts like he's the best, and we can all agree he had Tupac ended. How did he get away with all this stuff for so long? A lot of people are being very satisfied that he's being taken down. Over the years, he collaborated with talent such as Usher,
Naturally known on the microphone. I got it all, but I really need a wife at home.
Christina Aguilera,
Hyperventilating and trying to catch your breath. Don't stop.
and Rihanna, just to name a few. Also, the P. Diddy parties. The P. Diddy parties have been the talk of the town for years. 50 Cent has said the parties made him uncomfortable. Some claims of these parties include children. Others say things went on in the parties that P. Diddy didn't want people knowing about, so he got video footage of people doing things to make sure they kept quiet about what they saw. If you look more into the Diddy parties, there are so many rumors, it could be a video all on its own. 50 Cent is making a documentary on Diddy, so I'm sure we can look forward to real testimonies from real people who are involved with him, who knew him, and who had interactions with him that will be coming out. Plenty of artists found great success through Bad Boy Records, but quite a few regret signing on to Diddy's label. When he found himself facing time, rapper Black Rob claimed Diddy and Bad Boy left him in the dust. In an example of savageness, former Bad Boy signees 112 claimed Diddy left them stranded in a blizzard. Rap trio The Lox skyrocketed to fame on Bad Boy, but when the group wanted out, he said no.
Y'all ain't gotta get on the radio and do certain tactics.
The group went on a press campaign called Free the Lox, printing t-shirts for fans and publicly pleading with their label boss on the radio. Another one of Diddy's signees, rapper Mace, actually confronted Diddy on air with a set of release papers which Diddy surprisingly signed. For all the public successes Bad Boy has seen, it's also seen its fair share of public drama. Sean Combs changed his stage name as frequently as we change socks. Known as Puffy as a kid, he went by Puff Daddy as a label head and artist in the 1990s. By 2005, he reemerged as P. Diddy, eventually shortening it to just Diddy. But he still goes by P. Diddy in the UK because a British artist already used Diddy as a name.
I'm Sean Diddy Combs.
So let's look at all the brave women who have dated him in the past. In 2007, after splitting from Kim Porter for the last time, Diddy started dating singer Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura. After an almost 10-year period of intermittent relationships, they finally called it quits in 2010. Cassie accused Diddy of essaying and mistreating her during their relationship in November 2023. Cassie first met Diddy when she was 19 and he was 37, and according to the lawsuit, which People was able to obtain, at the time, Diddy had just signed her to his record label Bad Boy Records. What she said next was heartbreaking. She claimed that soon he had complete control over her life and that she consented to his advances because she was afraid what would happen if she turned him down. All aspects of Miss Ventura's life were controlled by either Mr. Combs or his management companies, the complaint said. Additionally, it was claimed that the complaint that Diddy had mistreated her, once hopping on her face and making her spend a week hiding in a hotel room while her bruises healed. In a statement to People, Diddy's lawyer Braffman said, Mr. Combs denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. Miss Ventura's demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. The press release said, despite withdrawing her initial threat, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. But Diddy and Cassie reached a settlement the day after she filed the complaint, and they disclosed that no more information regarding the specifics of their arrangement will be made public. We've decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love, Diddy. This was said in a statement. Braffman clarified Diddy's stance in the issue in a statement to People, saying, just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He's happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Miss Ventura the best. After their split, Cassie wed personal trainer Alex Fine in 2019, and the two of them had 2 kids. The next woman who dated Diddy might shock you. Diddy and Lori Harvey were spotted strolling around the Soho neighborhood of New York City in July 2019, sparking rumors that the two were dating. They were spotted on vacation in Italy with Harvey's parents, Marjorie and Steve Harvey, a month later. But a few months later in October, Lori Harvey unfollowed Diddy on social media days after he was seen going out to dinner with another woman, giving the impression that the two had broken up. Lori Harvey denied reports in January 2023 that she dated Justin Diddy's son as well as Diddy. When asked by news host Adrian Bailon what's the biggest misconception about her was, Lori Harvey replied, I've heard that I dated a father and a son before. Absolutely not true. Diddy and rapper Young Miami of City Girls were first connected in 2021, but they didn't officially announce their connection until June 2022 when Diddy showed up on her podcast. He said, we date, in response to Young Miami's question, so what are we? We're dating. We go have dates, we're friends, we go to exotic locations, we have great times, Diddy stated. Young Miami emphasized that she was single, but that they were dating in an interview with XXL Meg a few months later. In September 2022, she said, we are dating, we single, but we're dating. People don't know what dating means. He's single, I'm single, but we're dating, she said. Later, when the two went to the 2023 Met Gala together, Diddy told a host that their relationship Don't put titles on it. Young Miami declared to The Cut that Diddy was not her man and that she was single earlier. Dana Tran is a model, industrial specialist, and cybersecurity specialist. And although Diddy has never officially acknowledged a connection with her, the two did welcome a baby, Love, together in October 2022. I'm so blessed to welcome my baby girl Love, Sean Combs, to the world, he posted to X. Mama Combs, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Delilah, Jesse, and myself all love you so much. God is the greatest.